So we're here for Jake's team. We started the foundation for our son and brother, Jake Silver. So this walk is the kickoff. We are raising money for childhood cancer and also for Silver's siblings, which helps the siblings of children with cancer, and for Kim's Cases, which donates satin pillowcases to kids with cancer. So this walk today was the kickoff, and we've raised over $35,000 so far.
And we hope to raise more in the near future.
We will be having cornhole tournaments and barbecue cook-offs in the future for events for Jake's team, so keep an eye out for them.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming and making Jake's team kickoff walk and dedication such a great success. Thank you to Kelly St. Kerr and the high school for allowing us to have the walk here, and for the staff who installed the bench. I'd like to thank Amy Ledichewski for all her work on getting our website, www.jakes-team.com, up and running and dealing with all the changes I've asked her on a daily basis with a smile. I'd also like to thank Erin Strazula, who did an amazing job getting the sponsorships, and for the walk committee and all the volunteers who helped us over the weeks getting this all together. Jake's Team Kickoff Walk has raised over $35,000, which will help it get it up and running. Yeah, a large chunk of this will go to the Dana-Farber Jimmy Clinic for Childhood Cancer Research. We're happy and proud to report that in the last 3 years, we have raised over $120,000 for research in Jake's name. And for a full list of all our generous sponsors, please visit our website. We came up with the idea with the foundation in the ICU in Atlanta with Jake. He and Hallie were discussing what he would want his legacy to be, and he made us promise to still raise money for osteosarcoma after he was gone. We talked about doing something for siblings because he knew that cancer didn't only affect him, but it affected our entire family, especially Hallie. So Hallie and I came up with Jake's Team, which raises money for cancer research, and through Silver Siblings and Kim's Cases, we are able to help the families and children fighting cancer.
When Jake was sick, he would get gift cards, gifts, tickets, meet people, and everyone would come by to see him. I knew exactly why, and I was fine with it, but I also had feelings of being forgotten, invisible, or like I wasn't in the room. These feelings were hard to come to terms with. I knew he was getting all the attention because he was sick, but I still had these feelings that I couldn't shake. But recently, I have learned these feelings were normal, and many other siblings have them. That's why Jake and I came up with Silver Siblings. He could understand what I was going through and felt like we should help in some way. The way this works is people can fill out a form on our website that refers a sibling of a child with cancer and what their likes and interests are, and we will send them a gift basket and a letter accordingly. Eventually, we would like it to become something like a big brother, big sister type of organization, but baby steps.
The third part of Jake's team is Kim's Cases. Kim's Cases is in memory of Kim Desiata, and this is her daughter, Erica. Back in 2016, when Jake was first diagnosed, Kim was fighting her own battle with cancer. Kim's advice to us was to buy Jake a satin pillowcase because once he starts losing his hair and when it starts growing back, cotton pillowcase will irritate his head, whereas a satin one will not. Jake had a white satin pillowcase that he went everywhere with him for the next 3 years. Kim's Cases will donate 1 satin pillowcase to a child fighting cancer for every pillowcase that is sold through Jake's team. Sorry.
Thanks, Erica.
Thank you, Erica.
As many of you know, Jake wasn't really a walker. He liked us to do the Jimmy Fun walk, and he wants us to continue with it. So we are. You can sign up to be a part of our team called Silver Strong, and I am the captain. But walking in general wasn't his thing, and so we don't think it should be Jake's team thing either. Instead, from now on, our fundraisers will be 2 things that Jake loved. In the fall and September this year, we will be holding a Jake's Team Cornhole tournament, and in the springtime, we will be having a barbecue cook-off, so be sure to watch for those. We hope these events can bring communities and people together, which is the goal of Jake's Team. We are hoping that groups will get together to raise money for Jake's Team. Examples would be a team donating the proceeds of admission tickets for one of their games, or a club doing a 50-50 raffle at one of their events. Teams can have car washes, etc. There is even a nonprofit who raises money for children's charities who will be holding a bake sale for Jake's Team today from 9 to 1 p.m. in the Needham Bank parking lot in Ashlands. The ideas can be creative as the team wants or something that another team has already done, as long as people come together for a good cause like we did today.
Which brings us to the second part of the day, the dedication of the bench. Here's a little backstory. So Jake was concerned that because he was being cremated, there wasn't going to be a place for people to visit him. So Tony and I told him that we would buy a bench at the high school so people could come to his favorite place, which was the football field, and visit him. And he loved the idea. As we were looking into things, it came up that the bench should also be for PJ Ferrier, Jake's friend and another football player who passed away from osteosarcoma in December. While I was searching benches, I thought maybe it would be nice to have 2 Adirondack chairs instead. But Jake, in typical Jake fashion, said no. He said he'd really be upset if everybody sat in PJ's chair and not mine. So we have a bench. There's the bench. There we go. The inscription reads, dedicated to 2 young men who fought just as hard off the field as they did on. Jake Silver, number 63, class of 2008, and PJ Ferrier, 2018, and PJ Ferrier, number 5, class of 2014. We want to thank all of you who have made our family vision a reality. It's hard to lose a child and a brother, and we are doing Jake's team because our family doesn't want any other child or family to go through what we went through, and we want to continue the legacy that Jake started. So thank you all for coming. Feel free to sit and have a little chat with Jake. The other thing is there's been a hawk flying around, and one of the things that Jake had said to us, how we would know that he was around, is he told us that he would either come back as a hawk or an eagle to let us know that he was okay. And there was a hawk earlier today flying over registration. So thank you all.